It's hard to believe I'm even real. Good evening, everyone. So, police say a woman posed as a New York City high school student when she was actually 28 years old. Authorities almost missed it, as most New York City high school students are 28 years old. But evidently, teachers became suspicious when they didn't find her sexually attractive. Yeah! Jeffrey Epstein's suicide note has been released. On one side, it says, not worth it. On the other side, there's a to-do list that says, 1, buy pantsuit, 2, kill Jeffrey Epstein. A powerful 5.7 magnitude earthquake struck Mexico. It was so strong, the country split open and candy spilled out. Actor Mark Hamill appeared in a Star Wars-themed promo for Obama's presidential library. No. Makes sense. Neither Luke nor Barack knew their fathers. Yeah. 3 people are dead, and many others are sick after a suspected hantavirus outbreak aboard a cruise ship. I have no idea why so many people are getting sick, said the captain. Scientists have uncovered a 2,000-year-old computer. It was found with the skeleton of a man slapping it closed when a skeleton of his wife walked in. That was funny. Scientists have discovered living plastic that can self-destruct on command. It's called Mickey Rourke. Wow, you guys are sourpusses. And finally, a Native American is suing James Cameron for stealing her facial features for an Avatar character. In a related story, Jesse Waters is suing my dog's butt. So a massive study published this week found that nearly 4 in 10 Americans have lost a relationship with a friend, family member, or romantic partner due to political differences. For example, Geraldo stopped speaking to me after I supported a bill that levied a tax on porn mustaches. But the not-so-shocking part, Democrats were way more likely to end things. 66% said they were the ones who bolted. Republicans, 27%, probably after they were called Nazis. But why are libs so intolerant when they always claim they're the open-minded ones? Well, the left sees human relationships as conditional on ideological compliance, and they attach moral value to your political preferences. It's why righties are more willing to stay friends with a Kamala supporter, but Democrats will dump you for owning a Dukes of Hazzard collectible dinner plate. It's happened. Now, we've done stories like this before, how relationships end over opinions on Trump. But Trump being capable of generating such hate overshadows the key question. If I don't care that you don't like Trump, why do you care if I do? You know, it sounds like the same argument I had with my wife about Jesse. But I'm still friends with people who vote left because I think they're mistaken, not malicious. Meanwhile, Dems get really angry if I don't like what they like, instead of simply accepting me for who I am, an extremely good dancer who's banned from the Planet Fitness steam room. Thank you. But if someone finds out you voted for Trump, it's a tidal wave of disbelief, then confusion, then resentment, and then you're going to hear, sorry, I have to go. I have to drive my wife's boyfriend to work. But it's a one-way street. We don't force you to agree with us. We only ask that you don't go into the women's locker room if you have a dong. Very low bar, people. That's all we ask. Not much. So why this gap in reactions to preferences? Well, the left will say, would you remain friends with someone who likes Hitler? Well, only if he lets me use his helicopter. But that's the problem, viewing Trump as Hitler, which immediately insults me, who is your friend who likes Trump. So when you call Trump Hitler, you make the assumption that I am supporting a Hitler figure. But if that's true, then why have you been friends with me for years? How did you just figure out now that I'm evil? You loved grilling burgers with me, you hung out with me at my house, and we even skinny dipped at the McDonald's ball pit. Yet now I'm a fascist, a Hitler groupie. But if I like Trump and you like me, wouldn't you at the very least question your assumptions about Trump? If you're my friend, you realize your Hitlerism, it can't be real. And that maybe you are terrible at deciding who's like Hitler, because you said that about every Republican president in my lifetime. And this explains the revulsion to your Trump support. Underneath it is a partial recognition that they may be wrong. And they wonder to themselves, if I love Uncle Jerry and Uncle Jerry loves Trump, then what am I missing? So I would suggest to you, feverish Trump haters, maybe your overreaction is there to protect an opinion you know is vulnerable. It's like when I used to drink, I would mock people who didn't because I didn't understand it and it bothered me a little. Plus, it's the only way I knew how to make working with Dana tolerable. But I would wonder, what did they know that I didn't? And what do I know about drinking that I won't admit? It calls into question my own filter on life. And it's that way with Trump. They can't admit that they have a problem. And it's a lot easier to avoid the problem by avoiding the people who remind you it's there. Let's welcome Tonight's guest. He used to work for Bush, the politician. Host of the Guy Benson Show, Guy Benson. As a teen, he often played Spin the Lazy Susan, chef and restaurant owner Andrew Gruel. Her baby told her he wanted to see other mothers. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor Cat Tip. And he's flipped more men than me during Fleet Week. Former NWA World Champion, host of Planet Tire Podcast, Paris. Guy, has politics affected your relationships and friendships when you're on Grindr?
Never been on Grindr, but I do prefer to destroy my relationships through non-political means for other reasons. For example, Greg, you haven't made eye contact with me since the Planet Fitness steam room incident, which is what I'll refer to it as, and you told me that if I mentioned it to anyone, breathed one word, our friendship, as you call it, would be over.
Yes.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Friendship over. And see, that had nothing to do with politics. So much healthier than it could have been. I will say this. I was thinking today on this topic. At my wedding, 6 people stood up, including me, on my side. And they were split 3-3 on politics. And I am still very close with all of them, all the other 5, friends and family, because we make a decision to remain friends and loving family members because other things shouldn't get in the way of that. And that sounds simple, but I think it has to be a two-way street, but you can just make a choice to continue to love someone despite these differences. And I feel like if you can't do that, then maybe the friendship wasn't real in the first place.
Interesting. So there were 3 that were okay with your homosexuality and 3 that weren't?
It was more left versus right. Greg.
Oh,
I think
okay.
most people, it'd be really funny if someone showed up, they're like, wait a second, this is a gay wedding? Like, you signed up, you stand there.
Andrew, okay, so I was thinking about this. You're a chef. Do you ever judge people by their food preferences? Like, I'll be sitting next to somebody and they're ordering, I don't eat sushi, and they think I'm some kind of prehistoric animal. You don't eat sushi? What's wrong with you? It's kind of like that, but worse.
That's a great question, and remind me not to go to a Planet Fitness with either of you.
I'm fine.
So, well, I looped you in once again. Sorry, I'm the subject of the story then, I guess. That's a wonderful question because, yes, I do. And I try not to, though. I really try not to, right? The overcooked steak doesn't bother me in so much as the candy corn does, right? And I have really weird food preferences. But I will say, of all the debates I've seen online and the people hating each other over Trump and politics, it's actually food that's worse in many cases. Like, bring up pineapple on pizza, how well-done steak. I have more people hate me about posting Trump's preference for well-done steak than the fact that Trump is the subject of that post or tweet.
Yeah, you know what kills me is that I love steak and I order it medium well to well done, and the chefs ignore me. Yeah. And it comes and they go, oh, well, we'll bring it out and then you can throw it back in. And I'm like, no, I just want it the way I want it. And it always comes out and then I just never eat it.
But just so you know, that's because they don't understand English.
Oh, okay. Kat.
Yes.
Politics has become so divisive that it will ruin friendships.
Yes.
And the intensity of politics will often ruin, like, marriages.
Yes.
Have you seen this in your own life?
Yes. Well, this was the topic of my second book about how politics makes us fight with people we know in real life on behalf of politicians who don't even know we exist, and how sad that is. And I also do have a lot of a personal experience as an independent to know what it's like to get it from both sides. It's not surprising to me to see that this study shows that it's far more often liberals who cut off other people for their political views than the other way around. And I didn't just say conservatives because I have had one of my best friends cut me off because I work here.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm an independent didn't even matter. The fact that I work here was enough and this was a friendship of over a decade, and that was what destroyed our relationship. I know people who have cut off immediate family members, liberals to conservatives. Of course, it's not to say the conservatives are perfect. I've got a lot of hate online from conservatives who will take horrible things.
Yeah, that's mostly for great humor.
No, but to be real, it's like, like I hope your cancer comes back. You don't deserve to be a mother. You're a bitch. You're a whore. You're a slut. And it does suck. Like, as a human and also one who's been open about going through a rough time, it does suck. But it is the minority. And when I had the New York Times piece come out about me, they focused so much on that. They said it was the minority, but they ignored the fact, they still made it the framework of the piece. And you know what a lot of New York Times readers said? They said, well, she deserves it because she works there. And in real life, I'm on tour. I am meeting people. 5 out of the 7 cities, not including pre-sale, I have shows that are almost sold out in all those cities, and it is conservatives. It's fans of this show that watch, and they might have disagreed with me about something, but they're not such that they're not going to be like, oh, I can't go to the show with this person that said a thing that I disagree with, and that's what it looks like in real life. And I think that when it comes to liberals, and in my whole book, I go into a lot of the reasons for a lot of this stuff, but when it comes to liberals specifically, I do think it's a bit of a social contagion. I think that because it's not enough to not even be conservative. If you're associating with conservatives, that is enough of a reason for people to want to cut you off because you are normalizing it.
Yeah,
and that kind of thing. So it's, in the real world, in real life, that's absolutely what I see. And it's gross and it's pathetic. And you are depriving yourselves of relationships with really wonderful people. I have a lot of friends who are very conservative, and those are some of the most important relationships in my life that I'm very grateful for.
All right. There you go. Tyrus! You've lost friends, but you have gained friends.
Yeah, not really. To be honest with you, I'm not friends with a lot of women, so I don't do a lot of emotional.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. All my buddies and stuff, we were athletes, and we had other to worry about. I've never had one of my homies call me up like, yo, cuz, is this true that you voted for? Did you vote conservative the last election? I'm like, are you still paying your child support? Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have other more important I've never, and I have friends like Kevin Nash, someone who I admire quite a bit. He's about as Democrat as it gets, but it just doesn't come up because there's no point. We're friends. I trust you with my life. You trust me with yours. So I'm trusting that you disagree with me on something for a good reason. Yes. We don't need to get into it. It's not important. We have so much other stuff going on, like making fun of smaller guys who can't lift good in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more. It's just I don't have any. I was lucky to where I had no friends, because here's the deal: if someone calls you up and says, "Hey, you work here, I'm not your friend anymore," they just did you a favor. They were never your friend to begin with. And people who like to judge, and I think a lot of it is the virtue signaling and the arrogance of where I'm the victim and I'm trying to save you from yourself, and you're just like, but yet they never pick up the check.
Yeah, that is true. All right, well, that was fun.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.